Hello everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Microsoft Power BI PL300 exam series. This is your host Apka Consultant bringing you episode 22. So today's topic is enable load and append queries in Power BI desktop. So those of you who have not followed this series, I request you to go through the playlist which will pop up right here so you can watch all the previous 21 episodes on this exam preparation and which are on the latest pattern, so you won't be able to miss out on any questions coming from different topics. So yeah, that being said, let's switch to the question. So it's a scenario based question. Imagine you are a data analyst working for a company with two separate sales regions, each with its own Azure SQL database. These databases have identical schemas, including a table named sales orders that stores information about custom orders. You want to create a Power BI report that analyzes sales data across both regions. The challenge is you need to combine the sales orders tables from both databases into a single table in your Power BI data model. However, you also want to keep your data model as small as possible to optimize performance and ensure that the data set can be efficiently refreshed on a schedule in the Power BI service. How should you combine the sales orders tables in Power Query to achieve these goals? So your options are: A option to use to combine customer tables, append queries as new action to perform on the original two SQL queries, disable loading the query to the data model. Option B option to use to combine customer tables, merge queries action to perform on the original two SQL queries, disable loading the query to the data model. Option C option to use to combine customer tables, append queries as new action to perform on the original two SQL queries, append queries as new. So there are your three options. You can think what is the solution for this question. And I'm gonna pause the video here for 10 seconds. Your time starts now. So yeah, time is up. Let's see what is the solution. So it's option A. Basically, we want to append queries in this scenario and also ensuring that we are disabling the load for the original query in the data model. We'll also look at this with the help of an Power BI report example. So yeah, that is on this question. Let's look at the overall explanation. So this slide talks about the advantage of using append queries option in Power Query, and efficient refresh feature is available. You can combine two tables having same columns, right? So you can pause this video here and go through this explanation. And the second explanation talks about why the advantages of disabling loading the query to a data model. Hence, this option A is correct. Again, you can pause the video here. You can go through this information, absorb all of it so that you're not missing out on any small details related to this topic. And the last slide covers why other options are incorrect and what is the key takeaway in terms of append queries and optimizing and efficiently refreshing your report for having different data sources, right? So that covers the explanation part. Let's look at the resources. I am using this course from Udemy called Microsoft Power BI Data Analyst, and this is an article on append queries which we will look just now. So let me switch the screen and go to append queries. This is an article on Microsoft Learn, basically talking about how we can append queries in Power BI. Appending means you are adding on, you are combining two tables if they have common columns, right? So for example, it has ABC, ABD, you can combine them, and D might have null values or not, right? Depending. So this article in briefly explains what is the logic. For example, you have two tables A and B. You select append queries in table A. Request to append table B. Your table A query will now have appended table data that can aggregate it from A and B, right? So we have this option of append queries in the home tab. You can append two tables, and basically instead of using two different tables you can use a single table. So I will also look at this with the help of an Power Report example. Just wanted to walk you through. You can combine more than two tables, three or more. This is how you can do it. This feature is readily available in Power Query Editor. So yeah, you can combine more than two tables, right? So that is on this topic in terms of article. Now let's jump to the report view. So I have this table called satisfied level where I have different uh, satisfaction ID and the description of the level, right? Starting from very satisfied to very dissatisfied to satisfied, right? So I want to append queries and add it. So I'm in the Power Query editor wherein I have 1 to 5 defined. So I have added another table, let's say satisfaction level 2, right? And I have added 6 and 7 here. Please note that the column name for this table is same as table number 1, satisfaction ID, satisfaction level, satisfaction ID, satisfaction level. Now I want to combine these two tables as a third table, and I want to disable the load for these two. What I will do now is I'm in the home tab. Let's go to append queries as new, right? So I have two tables. First table is this one, and I'm selecting the second table. Press OK. And right, so these are appended, right? Let's rename it to final level, right? So what has done is instead of these two tables I have a final table, and in terms of disabling the load we have to ensure that we are disabling it because we are not using them anymore. We are instead using the third table. You can right click and select on enable load, so it is disabled for these two. You have a final query, you can close and apply and perform operations using the final level, right? So now you have 1 to 7 as you can see, and you can efficiently use these levels in your report as per your need. So yeah, this is a feature, you can use it on this topic. Hope you like the content. Looking forward to see you on the next one. Thank you for watching.